In this video, we'll take you behind the scenes of a factory in Miami that specializes in making gold Cuban link chains by hand. It all starts with raw, unrefined metals. Even though pure gold captivates with its luster, it's inherently soft. That is why, to make jewelry, it is alloyed with metals like silver, zinc, and copper, the same ones that make up the colored metals that you see inside the crucible. This harmonious fusion of elements is then subject to intense heat from an oxygen and natural gas torch. The metals melt, merging into one before the goldsmith proceeds to the next step. The molten gold alloy is then poured into a cast iron mold to create the square-shaped bar that's necessary to make the gold chain. When the bar finally cools down, its composition must be double-checked with an X-ray analyzer. In this particular example, we're looking at a mixture for a 14-carat Cuban link. The painstaking process of stretching and rounding the bar off begins on the rolling mill. Each pass through the mill makes the bar a little longer and rounder. The purpose of all this is to end up with a gold wire of the correct thickness or gauge based on the size of the chain that we're trying to make. The entire procedure typically requires over an hour of numerous passes through the mill, definitely an exercise in patience. Throughout the Cuban link-making process, you'll notice that the metal is continuously heated and then cooled before the work continues. This is a process called annealing, and it makes the gold easier to work with. Even though the rolling mill takes care of a big part of the stretching and rounding off process, we still need to use a draw plate machine to round off the wire even more. The draw plate is clamped down and the wire is pulled through the proper hole to round off the edges. This is repeated over and over before moving to the next step, winding the wire onto a copper bar to form a coil. Even though an electric drill was used to take care of the winding in this example, this is not always possible. When you're dealing with larger chains, like the ones in our 1 kilo and 2 kilo videos, the process becomes much more difficult, as two workers must manually wind the chain together using 4 sets of locking pliers. To make the individual links for our Cuban link chain, the coil is then cut all the way through using a bench lathe. The individual links are then pried open and daisy-chained together to begin the soldering process. The sheet that the goldsmith is cutting through is actually gold solder. Each of the tiny squares that have been cut will be used to fuse together an individual joint of the chain. During the soldering process, the welder must be careful to apply just the right amount of heat to each joint. If too much heat is used, the actual gold will melt and ruin the link. Using an inadequate amount of heat will leave ugly gaps in the final design. Since Cuban link chains, especially the Miami-style ones, need to have flattened links, the next step involves a lot of twisting to make this possible. During this stage, both ends of the chain are attached to an industrial twisting machine. The machine gradually applies torque to both ends in opposite directions, bending the links slowly and stacking them one on top of the other until they are aligned on the same plane. The chain is then passed a few more times through the rolling mill to align the links further before we move to the next step. In this stage, the chain must be affixed to a wooden board for filing. To make this possible, a natural resin by the name of shellac is used. This is the dark, amber-colored substance that you can see being melted over the chain with a torch. Once the shellac cools down and the chain is secured to the board, 3 different files of decreasing coarseness, as well as sandpaper, are used to file down the links. Cuban link chains are supposed to lay flat on your chest, so excess gold must be filed down in order to achieve this. After one side is filed down, the chain must be pried off the wooden board, and the same process will begin on the other side. Throughout filing, the gold dust and particles that come off the chain must be swept up and collected. This gold is used to make other pieces of jewelry down the road. Even though in our most viral 1 kilo Cuban link video we went with a no-clasp continuous design, most Cuban link chains use what is known as a box clasp. In this section of the video, you'll see how a box clasp is made and attached to the chain. The 2 main sections of this box clasp were prefabricated using computer-aided design. This is a strategy that the factory uses in order to shorten the total manufacturing time associated with a handmade Cuban chain. Before the box clasp can be attached to the chain, the end links of the chain must be cut all the way through. The two ends of the prefabricated clasp can then be attached to the cut end links and welded together. The final stage of the Cuban link chain is polishing. In this stage, a rotary tool and different buffing wheels are used to give the surface of the gold an amazing mirror-like appearance. Making a high-quality Cuban link chain like this requires a lot of labor, skill, and patience. The entire process normally takes from 10 to 12 hours of continuous work. From a blend of raw elements to a symbol of luxury, the gold Cuban link chain stands as a testament to tradition, craftsmanship, and an unwavering passion for excellence.